Bucks and the Vikings, and it comes your way next on EA Sports.
Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with their opponents. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gordon alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you look at this Vikings ball club. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? And now things could really go south if they lose this game. So they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
Meanwhile, for our visiting Austin ball club, they're halfway home, looking good, and a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Harris. Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
I think it's hard to say because history will tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the running. I'm going to say 25%, and I feel like I'm being generous with that number.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by Bass is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And not much there at all as he'll get this only up to about the 11. The numbers a week ago for Cook. 17 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that. But they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
So a pretty early first quarter roughing the passer penalty.
Seems like the officials are going to let everyone know they're taking charge of this game. They're always going to protect the quarterback.
Cook following the penalty. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Back to throw. This to McLaurin out on the left side. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Looking to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota. In today's NFL, we talk about quarterbacks and their speed and accuracy, but there's still something about a guy slinging one downfield.
And I can't imagine this defense thought they'd see a play like this on 3rd and short. If you're going to beat a defense deep, you got to catch them when they're not expecting it. And that was the perfect time to do it, and it paid off big.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he leads the NFL in interceptions and nearly added to that total.
Got his hand on it, couldn't quite corral it. It's been a Pro Bowl-type season for him, and the term ball hawk really comes into play, doesn't it?
Yeah, I like that one a lot because teams want to avoid that type of a player, but sometimes you just can't. He just knows where the ball is.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And his kick is right there. It's good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But their intensity doesn't waver. I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things can be bumpy for you.
A look there at his numbers on the ground a week ago. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the film, we saw every kind of run from him, didn't we? We saw some power. We saw finesse. We saw speed. And what I love the most, he finished each and every run.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll set up to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. On second down, it's French. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to them.
They'll look to throw now on first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Shepard. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. They'll try the left side. French. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now whistles here, and we've got a man down. Man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Right back to him on first down. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They'll look to throw. And they're going to get it. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, he got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they've watched the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's French. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. The kick by Bass is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. We got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession. 4-4, their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately, to me, 4-4 is about where they should be because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wonder just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his target, Harris. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off. And then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct. Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
A gain of 2 brings up 4th down and less than a yard.
Six-3 is our score after 1. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will tie things up at 6-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
So back even at 6 apiece as the kick's away. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Austin's offense ready to go again. And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
On first down, it's French. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here. And that'll be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They're going to look to throw. He's got long over the middle, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. So 3rd and 5, defensively expecting pass. They've got 6 DBs out there. Now back to throw. And Graham's got it, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. They'll set up a throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And, oh, that would get a wide-up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Shoves him aside. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And they come in losers of 2 straight. And remember, they've got the open date on their calendar next weekend. But you think it's vitally important, Charles, that they focus on the task at hand here?
Absolutely, because these players, they know what's coming up. And the difference between taking time off following a win versus doing so on a 3-game losing streak, that's absolutely huge because they may come back if they lose this game to a facility, and there may be new faces in there and some teammates lost.
And now he's really knocking on the door for 700. That is career catch 699. In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
They got a completion there, but that's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, very, hey, take 1 or 2 yards, we're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on a passing play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. They'll look to throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. This from 54 yards away. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 11. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 5. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. He seemed to have a reasonable amount of time in the pocket, but he couldn't get rid of the football, and the end result, Charles, him on the ground.
Yeah, he's got to keep an internal clock to go along with his offensive line. When you're talking about 3, 4, 5 seconds, that's a reasonable amount of time to expect to deliver the ball downfield. So great to try and complete a pass, but it's equally important to know when to throw the football away, too.
On is the punter, Scott, here as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Sitting in 1st place in the division. They've got an open date on the calendar coming up next week. So, Charles, you and I were talking about this before the game. This one for them kind of has some extra importance.
It certainly does, because if they can get the win here and pad their lead a bit or at least keep pace, then they can really kick their feet up and say a job well done at this point and not have to worry about ball at all until they're back in their facility, back in their meeting room, getting ready for the next game.
Good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in a shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his big catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a throw here to his running back. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to the ground, Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is really fooling around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. The Vikings send out their punter, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Austin's offense ready to go again. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. A good rally to the football. Keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. He'll drop to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now brings up 3rd down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. The connection made. It's Graham. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
First down, Austin.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
It leads to second and 10.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's French. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
First down, Armadillos.
Again, he'll drop to throw.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Back to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's French. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Looking left side, and it's complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 19. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6.
Let's go, baby.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll look to throw again. Steps away to his... And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll go as a loss of 8 and a tough result there on 1st and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows a defense to tighten up their coverage, and they pick that one off.
They'll come out throwing here on first. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
We got three.
2nd and 15. Under pressure, they got him again. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here with not much scoring between these two teams. 6-6 our score as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll start over at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front in the second quarter. The Buccaneers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. From there, let's head up to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And you can see they trail in that matchup against the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Steelers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's head to Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati. See what's happening with the Bengals. In that game, all tied with the visiting Patriots. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And in a tie ball game, they've got to be asking themselves, what can we do to get this passing game on track for the second half to come? Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they too found some success throwing the football. But I think both teams would say there's room for improvement in the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And this will not be returned, so the second half begins with a touchback.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. And incomplete on the deep ball. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They'll set up to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
He gets his first catch there, but all in all, when you're talking about the #1 receiver in the NFL coming into this game, and we're just talking about the first catch there, I think they're doing a nice job of bottling him up.
Good job. Good job.
And left side here, it's Graham. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down marker at the Vikings 41. 3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now he'll try to run with this.
Pushes past him. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
That's it, baby. We're going to
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
And when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
99 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
A kicker fest so far, all points via field goals. They're hoping to change that right here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season.
And the Armadillos have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And it's up and good to extend the lead to 13-6. A 10-play drive that time, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Out of bounds at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
On second down, Cook fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1.
Again, it's Cook. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
On first down, Cook. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Second and 11 now.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. On third down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. He's up over 100 yards, and he'll be looking to get in the end zone again.
Has a tremendous nose for it, doesn't he? The ability to pile up yardage and find the end zone, that's the combination you want in your runner.
That's a combination any coach wants, and we'll see if he can find that end zone once more. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off with great anticipation. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. That reception, it brings him up to the 700 plateau. He's at 700 career NFL catches now.
And that club in baseball a rather exclusive club and one we talk about all the time. In football, put you in the top 50 all-time range. Not so bad either.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to get this one down to Cook, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Slings this deep from McLaurin. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense, Charles, coming up with another interception. They have really done an excellent job of locking up these receivers.
Yeah, they're really on fire. They are actually doing what they talk about all the time, which is plastering to receivers when they're in their zones. They didn't give up a touchdown in the first half. Haven't done so here in this half either. Blanketed the field going all the way back to the opening drive, and they come up with a pick right there.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And a give this time to the tailback. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. French. Oh, nice move. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run on the inside handoff. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. 130 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on 1st down. It's French, and a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
He's brought down at the 42-yard line.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's long. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the 1st. Just a 5-yard pickup that leads to 4th down. So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Bass is good. And that one makes this a 10-point game at 16-6. So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
19-yard line.
Minnesota's offense takes over possession.
They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up third and
Looking to throw. He gets it complete to Harris.
And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Getting the ball is Cook, running left. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 3 quarters have come and gone. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th.
2nd and 9 now. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Handoff comes to Cook.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
it's 2nd and 8.
Back to throw here. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll look to throw here. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Vikings have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put it into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. He's starting to move the ball well.
Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he returns this to the 22. I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going to throw right side here, complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
Let's go!
The tackle made at the 46.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Hands it off out of the gun. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. This offense on 3rd down today, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. On 1st down, French. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's long. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. They'll run on 1st down. It's French, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd and 1. And his throw's going to be incomplete. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to have a 1st down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Harrington. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. A gain of 6 there on 1st. Caught on a slant.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on first and second.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Armadillos are able to add on to that lead. But that makes this a two-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, you know, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Second and 14. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st down, Cook.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job, and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Setting up the screen for Cook. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, so much for bluffing the defensive line into thinking that they were going to be able to get to the quarterback. Instead, they sniffed out the screen pass and made a really nice play for lost yardage.
Second and 13. That is incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick-6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the 3rd row.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. French, and he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. On 2nd down now, it's French, and he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Error-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for Austin, the train just keeps rolling. 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they will be at home for one next week against the Las Vegas Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they are barely afloat as they fall to 4-5. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until week 11.